This is Ethan Brady, Unit 3 Summative Final Product, The Problem of Deforestation by Ethan Brady. So, one of the main, problems that deforestation is causing is soil, being unfertile. Because as the trees get chopped down, the soil is more exposed, and the UAV rays from the sun is causing UAV exposure, which dries up nutrients. It makes the soil just completely, almost all unfertile. A few things may grow there, like grass or weeds, some things like that, but it won't be able to grow like trees or bigger plants. It'll be just grass, smaller plants, all that. This would affect the agricultural standpoint in many ways, as the we'll have less and less land, and so less and less um, trees would be able to grow, and it would just ruin the climate. All of it would slowly just start decreasing. We just wouldn't be able to maintain our own life as well as plant life. Another problem would most likely be water cycle. As the trees get chopped down, the water cycle is getting shifted and turned, because trees have a major role in the water cycle. And with the soil going away, or the fertile soil being exposed to UAV rays, the water cycle still even being more impacted. This would affect plant life and animal life, as in some water wouldn't be able to get cleaned, or rivers, lakes, and ponds won't be getting as filled as they normally do. Rain would be more rare. It would just affect everything. Our Massabesic Lake, or any lakes in New Hampshire, they would slowly just start going away and withering down until more rain comes. There might be longer rain seasons, or shorter rains, or just we might not see rain as much, and the water cycle will just start going away as trees get chopped down in bigger and bigger numbers every year. They roll in the billions. Then biodiversity. As the trees in I think South America, at the rainforest, as those get chopped down, over 50 to 100 species of animal go away a year. So they're slowly disappearing, and their habitats are the reason. They live in the trees, they thrive in the trees, and the trees are going away. The trees are no longer there. This causes lots and lots and lots of animals to start going extinct. And then there's climate change. Climate change is starting to speed up, since the CO2 levels are increasing, rising, and it's starting to overwhelm the trees. This is because of plastic pollution, ocean pollution, all these things. Climate change is going up and up and up. As more trees get chopped down, our CO2 ratings are skyrocketing, since the trees, absorb CO2 and release it as oxygen. This is now turning into more and more problem, as ice caps and glaciers, all these things are melting, starting to flood different places, and in the future this could possibly ruin humanity as we know it. And I don't think that's good for anyone. Honestly, it's not going to work out if climate change keeps on happening. The biggest problem is the plants themselves. The amount of trees that get chopped down every year is 15.3 billion trees a year. That is more than the human race. And every year, some grow back, most don't. And this causes our ratings of CO2 skyrocketing down because 15.3 billion, that is 46% of the trees around the Earth in 12,000 years since the humans have been on this planet from we know of. So in 12,000 years, we have almost cut out 46% of all of our trees on Earth. Yes, the giant planet that rotates the sun, Earth. Yeah, 46%. That is just terrifying, because once we lose the trees, we lose our oxygen, we lose a lot of different things. Some solutions have been given to like planting trees, like one tree by maybe a few people, or however many people there are that do this, would help a little, not enough to just keep on sustaining life. We then another solution is going paperless. Paperless would affect a lot of different things, such as less trees would get chopped down, because trees mostly get chopped down for paper or building appliances, but of course we need wood for building and all that. Another solution, which I don't think a lot of people would agree with, is eat vegetarian. You'd have to eat primarily vegetarian for a long time. I think it's around 27 years. You'd have to only eat vegetarian, and only in certain circumstances would you be able to eat meat. It's just, that is one of our resources that can be eaten, and then we'd need a larger abundance of it, and then that could help the CO2 levels, and that would help an insane amount of time. Some organizations that are helping with all this problems are like the Amazon Watch. The Amazon Watch is protecting the trees from getting cut down or burnt in the Amazon. They're trying their best. They're doing their absolute hardest, but it's not going to be enough. But my personal solution would be, like, I agree with the paperless and planting trees, but the thing is, I would want to go paperless first of all, to reduce the tree amount that are cut down. Then I would want everyone that can to plant at least 2 trees. Say if everyone in the world did this, we'd have over 15 billion trees planted back every year. And then over the next span of maybe 10, 20 years, we would have so we'd have over 300 billion trees remaining on the earth that we would be able to cut down. If we did this for maybe the next 20 years, we'd have over 300 billion trees. This would help with our CO2 ratings. We would no longer be suffering from climate change. But of course, I know that there's no way that we can hold all this together and plant all these trees wherever we want. There has to be some areas that can't, and we wouldn't be able to support 300 billion trees, because I don't think there's enough room on the earth for 300 billion trees. But if we could at least get maybe half of that, 150 billion trees, that could help maybe for the next 10 years. And then we do it for another 10 years, and then we wouldn't have to worry about this climate change problem, because the more trees there are, the less likely our CO2 levels are going to rise. So if we keep on doing this over and over and over again, we're going to maintain a healthy lifestyle, and as the population grows, there's going to obviously need to be more trees, and that's just going to be a lot more work. And that is the end of my presentation. If you go onto my Google Slides, you can see what I use to look over and reference everything. And then I have my references at the last slide. Have a good day, Mr. Constant.